Okay. Yes. Hello, group. Today we are
Hello.
going to talk about the movie Three Identical Strangers. I don't know. How did you like the movie?
I didn't like it, not because of what it was about. It's more it dragged so much.
Hmm.
It was very boring.
Yeah,
The
it's
pacing was
very
so
mad.
slow.
It was. It
Like I
really
always felt like it was
was.
just like one person says one thing and then like five other people repeat the same thing.
Yeah, I really felt that. It is like, and so we decided we are going to visit Dave, and then we went and visited Dave.
Yeah, it was like
Fades to another person. We went to Dave's place. Fades to the first person again. So we started riding towards Dave's. Switches to Dave. They were coming to me.
yeah, it was like
Switches
that.
to the random person again. Dave, whatever. It is just like very, yeah, it's just very
Yeah,
bad in
like
that way.
it was kind of fun
It's
at the
like,
beginning when it was just like the one guy, but then like more and more people, and it's like they were all saying the same thing.
yeah, they were like, it is very visible how they were like trying to just like fill in the like time to have the movie long enough. It's just like
The
very
runtime one.
much. Yeah, they just like were padding up runtime like a lot. And it was like the entire like plot was like kind of non-existent, and it was kind of weird and stuff. Yeah,
Yeah, like the plot basically started happening on like after like the 50 minutes of the movie. Then that was when they started like the whole thing with the psychologists and the experiment. Like the first 50 minutes was just like, hey, look at these guys. They kind of look the same, but they don't know each other.
Yeah,
yeah,
it was just the Spider-Man meme, they were just pointing at each other, and that was
Yeah.
all.
yeah. Like the first half of the movie was kind of like nice and heartwarming, despite like the terrible
Mhm.
pacing. But then it just like kind of went in a really weird direction. Like I don't really understand the uh, ethical issues of the research that much. Like, uh, I don't really, I can't really imagine what was like what was so fucked up about the research. Like, they definitely should have like told the parents about the their mom having like a history of mental illness, but also it was the 60s, so like they probably didn't
Yeah.
know any better. So like I don't really see any like specific ethical issues on that. Maybe I'm just stupid though.
I think it's more of, like, the problem was that the kids didn't have to be separated if it wasn't for the experiment.
Mm.
Because they said that they couldn't place them together because they were triplets, but it was actually because they wanted to do the research. But I suppose it would still be harder to find home for them if they were together.
Yeah, probably.
I
So
don't understand what
Mm.
the problem is in like separating them though. Like it's okay for them. I don't see the ethical issue in separating them as children because like yeah, they are blood relatives, but like I don't know.
Mm.
Just doesn't seem like that big of an issue in my eyes.
yeah, they were newborn, so they didn't know each other.
Yeah, like literally, they like didn't get siblings. They didn't get the two brothers, but they all got a like different sibling. They
Yeah.
all got a 2 years older sister. So like, I don't really see the issue. Like, I
Mm.
don't know. It's just like I don't understand why there's that big of a like emphasis on like blood family necessarily. Like
I
it
would
just
say it's still the conception was the blood family that comes first, and also it was the 60s, so
Mm,
that was even more there.
I mean mm, I still don't really understand why like twins being separated is that big of an issue. Like yeah.
I think
Like
it's more like if they knew about it. I think they
yeah,
should
like
have told
yeah,
them they have a sibling. But like
yeah.
it's based on the same thing as like when you're adopted and the parents should like tell you you're adopted.
Mm,
But it's not like they will, you know, it's not in the law, I think. So
well yeah, I don't see why like it would not be okay to like tell them by like age 25 or like age 30 because like telling them okay like telling them hey you have like a sibling would probably not compromise like the research, but definitely telling them like hey you have identical triplet you're an identical triplet is going to like compromise the research because like
mhm.
they are going to like specifically be looking for them or like would request like to have access to like talk to them, which would like inherently compromise the research.
Yeah.
So like at the same time, I just like because like if you have a family which like has two different babies which are not twins and they both like go to a adoption facility, I don't think there's an issue in separating them. Like I don't think anyone would like
Uh,
argue.
I think it's like encouraged that they go together. I don't know if it's like I don't know if it's a rule, Joe. I'm not sure.
Yeah, like
it's encouraged, but it's not a rule. It doesn't have to be.
I still
It's
don't
like
like see the harm in them just like being separated. Like
Yeah, they were
especially
like
if they
very
don't
very
know
small.
about it. Like they might have been a little more diligent in just like placing them farther away from each other. But like just like as long as they don't know about it, there's like no
Mm.
harm has been done.
I feel like the
Like
main like ethical issue was that the researchers just didn't tell anyone like that was in the study about anything. Like like the kids didn't know. The parents like the parents did know that there was a research going on, but they got lied to about what the research was about. Like
I think
yeah,
it's just they didn't like they couldn't agree to it because they didn't know what they were doing.
yeah, it's the
Like
lack of consent, I guess.
mhm. Like even if it's not something that will like inherently harm them.
Mm.
I mean, yeah, but like you can't really do the research without necessarily like compromising it if you like
Yeah,
do this, right?
that's
Like
the
there's
dilemma.
no
The
way
dilemma is
to
like if you should do the research, or if you should just don't not do it. I think.
well like
Yeah, because
for
like
the sake of
it didn't really,
science.
but the research didn't really like show anything in the end.
Because they
Mm.
got funding cut off. Like if you actually look at the research, if they just like published it in the unfinished state, which probably like the journals wouldn't take, but like um, you can like at least from like the triplet situation, you
Mhm.
can like very visibly see how like a very big part of it is just like nature because like they turned out like very similar with like just like the same mannerisms, same like talking patterns, just like general like a lot of stuff was very similar. Uh, but at the same time, there was like the smaller like portion of what was made by nurture, as you
Mhm.
can see by like one of the twins, which like got unlucky and rolled the very bad father, who killed himself because like yeah, like that is the 30%. Like obviously the two other were also like different. They like strayed in their path. Not by that much though. So like obviously like the research was not pointless. It's a shame it didn't get published, but that's just like
Yeah.
how a lot of like articles in that time period just ended up. So like I don't think that's like anything that's like really out of the ordinary. Especially like it was a really groundbreaking breaking article. Like they definitely should have published it. But just like if they just like did not have the funding to like finish the study in like its whole like entirety, because like
Yeah, they
from
just
what
didn't
I
have
kind of
didn't have the money.
understood, yeah, like from what I kind of understood, a big part of it was because like it's like cut off at the same year when they met each
Yeah,
other,
when
I
they found
think.
out.
Um, so I think that was like a big part of it because like that compromised the research, obviously, um, like by a quite big margin.
Mm.
Um, so um, like it might have been because of that, because they were worried about like, hey, they found out about it. Um, yeah, like
Yeah, but it was
maybe
definitely
let's.
that. Like, like after they found out, like you can't like study them anymore, because then you like
Yeah, like
complete
the
everything.
thing is, yeah, I believe they like wanted to like take the study up until they were like 30 at least, probably, because like then their like careers would be starting, so you could like already see what careers they're gonna like
Mm.
branch out into, probably. Like the two girls that both ended up going to film school, for example.
Yeah.
But like since it was like found out so soon, I believe, which I guess I believe is a, well, whatever. Uh, I
Mm.
believe it was just like both the like finances weren't there to just like finish it up until the 30th year, and they found out. Maybe the
Yeah.
finances stopped coming in because they found out. I don't know, but like in any way, like the research wasn't finished. It was definitely like cut off at the stage where it wasn't finished.
Yeah, like they said,
So
it was just raw data when they got it.
yeah, like it was definitely not finished. So like there was nothing to publish. And like without finances in the 60s especially, you could not really do anything. Like especially on such a big experiment which like required people going to their houses and
Mm.
giving them testing, and like a lot of equipment and like a lot of stuff like that. I assume like there was like 60 boxes of the data now, so like it was like insane as
Yeah, a
well.
lot.
So like obviously that's just like going to take a lot of time and effort, which if the money stops coming in, like they just like don't have a way of sustaining. So I don't really see how they like could have like published it if they wanted to. Um,
Mm.
yeah.
Yeah. I feel like I don't know. Like, for me,
Sure.
the problematic part of the research was like they knew the families beforehand, right? Before they put the triplets there. So like they were literally like determining these babies' lives from like because they knew what each family was like and like probably could tell like which one is the better. Maybe they knew that. Oh, it's
Well, I
like
mean, adoption houses do that all of the time. Like, they give like children,
mm,
they assign children randomly to, like, those three families approached the like adoption place anyway. So like, they would have just like gotten a different baby that would like be raised in poor conditions.
well,
That's just like
I don't know if they
not.
approached them because they were like exactly 1 year older sisters or like 2 years, whatever. Like I don't know.
Well,
This
yeah, but
sassy.
like it's still like parents in different socio-economical situations where the children would would not have gotten in like to like families with like not all of the children all of the time would have gotten into like middle class or high class families, obviously. So like I don't think that is a valid argument in the way that like yeah you were assigning different families for the children, but from what I believe Eddie was the one with the rich parents. He was definitely not the
No
one
idea
with
about
the like lowest socioeconomical status parents, and he ended up the worst.
Hmm?
So like you they weren't really like decided. They probably like picked a strict parent specifically,
Yeah,
but
I think they different
also
like
that
picked
strict
the three
parent would
families
have
to be like
gotten a
different.
child anyway. So yeah.
What am I doing?
Yeah.
Well, I'm back. Hello. Internet.
But right, nothing was said.
Nice.
Like because the second you like start going into like hey you are deciding the children's life for them, like yeah no shit like they're getting adopted.
I guess.
Like you are like inherently putting them into like some sort of a family, and the decision like in which family you like put them in is going to inherently like affect the rest of their life, whether it's for an experiment or not. And like especially like if you start arguing like that like putting children in households with a lower socio-economical status is like you're like deliberately just like setting them up for that like goes into like
Well,
very
I don't think
bad
it
and
was. I don't think
very
it was
iffy
just the
territory.
economical
So
class though. They were also like studying the parenting styles because they had the older sister, so they knew the parenting styles of each family. So they like they were like they were choosing the families which were like the most different. I think. So,
I mean they chose what was it? It was a father which has a lot of time and puts a lot of energy into his child. A father that has little time but still like puts a lot of energy into his child, and a strict household.
yeah.
Which I still believe the strict household would have gotten a child, especially so in the fucking 60s. Like, I would argue that the like lighter households or like the more nice households would have a lesser chance of actually getting children as opposed to the other way. So
I don't know.
I don't know. I don't know either. I'm just yapping. I'm so sorry.
Mm. I'm like thinking if like the ways in which they were similar were like realistic at all.
I mean, it was probably a little amplified, but at the same time, you still like can physically see the mannerisms they do. They're like general like decision making, like stuff is the same.
The thing is that
Yeah.
like in most scenes when we see like them being similar is when they're on like the TV show, but where they are very much they are clearly playing a role.
I mean, yeah, like obviously they're not as similar as like they're obviously like not identical because like they were playing a role that is like more identical than normal identical twins or like identical twins that which are like raised in the same family, obviously.
Mm.
But like um, it still was like very significant, I believe.
I was kind of thinking about the mannerism because mannerism is like really easy to get from other people when you're with them for like a longer time. So I would guess you would get the mannerism from family more than like anything from birth.
Yeah, that's true. like mannerisms being genetic is kind of a weird statement to make.
I mean, you could see it though. Like they were really acting very similar.
Well,
Even
yeah, they
like
were in
at
the movie, but
the
like, was the
very
movie portraying it accurately? Uh,
like I believe so because like
hmm.
I don't know. I believe that it's just like more natural because like it's not like something that you really learn from your environment that much. Like I don't think you are just like mimicking exactly the movements like your parents are doing when they like I don't know pick up a coffee cup or like I don't know.
I would say that you are
Uh,
actually like
Yeah.
well,
like
you
even like
would, but like
yeah.
I mean, it's just like the natural, not not just like not even just like psychologically, also just like physiologically. When you're like closer to the person, you're going to do it in a closer way.
Hmm.
Because like obviously someone who has like I don't know like extremely short legs in comparison to their torso, if you have two people, they're going to jump in a similar way.
Yeah, it's like yeah, because they were biologically similar, they were all kind of also more similar in their mannerisms.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
I'm not sure whether it's necessarily a psychological phenomena in that big of an extent, but yeah.
Hmm.
Like, it definitely probably was like phenomenalized for for TV. That's why you can't really like know from like either of the twins that are really on the like movie in the movie because like they know that they are twins and they know they are together, so they are inherently going to behave more similar. So you would really just like you really see how like the study is compromised by them actually seeing each other.
Yeah,
And
definitely.
like they said, they
Yeah.
like wanted to be similar. So
Hmm.
I'm sorry, I'm a yapper and I'm yapping a lot of nonsense.
I think it's like interesting just like seeing like I'm just like studying being with a person who looks exactly the same as you, like especially when they got the same haircut. It would drive me insane maybe.
Yeah.
Mm.
Mhm. The movie was just like very good of psychology stuff because I don't know, the vibe I got from the movie was that the psychologists were like some evil wizards orchestrating this whole thing, and like
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
the evil masterminds. Well, they were like doing like a semi ethically problem. Like it was a little problematic like ethically, but it wasn't like the I don't know. And like they were then talking about like how it's never been published and it's hidden in a library somewhere and nobody has access. Um,
Yeah, I really feel they were like extremely overplaying it, just like for I think for more like of a shock value for for the TV because like
mhm.
if like a because like the TV show, let's be honest, without hating on psychologists and like without any of without any like drama, it would just like be extremely boring. It already was like extremely boring because they had to like shove filler in like 50% of the time.
Yeah.
And like they did not really have enough materials to actually make a movie. They did not have enough of a. They did not have no drama points to just like make the movie like worthwhile or like at least barely watchable. So
Mm.
yeah, I think like the entire story could be just like summed up in like a 30-minute video essay on YouTube. I'm not gonna lie.
30
Like
minutes
this
too
did,
much.
Probably less.
yeah, like
It could be like a Instagram reel, I guess.
Yeah,
yeah, literally. Unironically, yeah, but like if you actually wanted to like incorporate some story and like background and like shove in like the psychological research stuff, 20 or 30 minutes would be appropriate for this. Not the almost 2 hours that this shit had, I swear to God.
yeah,
Uh,
yeah, that's
yeah.
so slow.
It's one of the movies of all time.
Like the slowness kind of worked. Like at the end when they were like talking about one of the twins like killing himself, and like that kind of worked, I
Yeah.
guess. But overall, I don't know. It was just way too slow.
I mean, the beginning was just like when it was like the exciting stuff was happening in a way because like they were like painting the story and like how they met each other and like this actual like sensational in a way like
It's like
story
even in
like
the
the
beginning,
story
you
that
like
actually
I don't know. I feel like even in the beginning, like you know what's gonna happen. It's
yeah, like
called
you
Three
do know
Identical
what's going to
Strangers.
yeah like you know what's going to happen but like it is like the interesting part of the story because like obviously there's not really much else in the story, let's be honest. So like even that was just like like filled with filler, like so much that it was just like yeah, it's kind of mid. I'm sorry, I'm a hater. I'm a certified hater. I'm sorry. I was like watching a completely different movie right before it, which was like 100 times better. So I'm very critical of this one. Mainly because this one is just like so much more boring in comparison. Yeah.
I know. What else can we say?
I'm a hater.
We have like a few minutes left. 3 minutes.
So anyway, team, did you watch the trial of the Chicago Seven?
I didn't know.
That's the thing I was watching before that. It is really interesting, actually.
Oh yeah, I really like the grandma.
Yeah.
Oh fuck, my internet. Hello, I'm back. My internet is dying. I love the grandma.
Yeah, that's fun.
She is so silly.
She was very silly. I loved like these are my buddies, Michelle Obama, and these like least famous people. It's so like fun. Like
I guess what I kind of liked was that they never got in touch with the like creator of the study. They only had like people who were like kind of working for it, which seems like pretty realistic. Like none of the people they had in the documentary actually like were the main people behind the study. It was like just like they were just doing like their job of being researchers.
it really felt like they just did not have any information about anything like whatsoever, and they just like desperately tried to just like make it a story. Like when we've already started, we like have to finish this fucking movie. We can't just like scrap it because we only have like 30 minutes of material. So we're just like gonna at least say these people are like very vaguely associated. So that's very bad.
In that way, like I think it like portrayed like the mundane job of a researcher kind of well.
Oh yeah. I mean, the grandma researcher seems to be enjoying herself quite a bit.
Yes.
Like, I don't think she had a mundane life. I think she had a very fun life. And she was really having fun. Oh my god, Kitty! Oh my god, I love her.
Holy fuck.
It doesn't want to be here. But
I'm sending her Kitty for the kitty. kitty here.
Kitty is running.
Oh no, he's
Nope.
scared of me.
Okay.
Nah, she doesn't want him. She
It has
she's
been.
showing me her ass.
Okay, we are good on time. Oh fuck, my internet died again. But oh god. Oh no. Okay, I think I'm just gonna stop the recording.